A few years ago, in the heat of the bull cycle in the stock market for technology companies, the narrative developed that data was the new oil. Bits and bits of information available to squeeze and make money from. In recent months, you've seen the arrival of GPT chat into our lives. A leap in the field of artificial intelligence that has been the subject of a lot of content in recent times. It's true that there's a lot of hype, but that shouldn't stop us from seeing that the next versions could be revolutionary for the known world. The automotive industry is also in the middle of big changes. There are strong interests and pressures for the automotive industry to move away from the combustion vehicle. First, the electric car is being pushed. And in a few years, perhaps not many, we will see our roads filled with autonomous vehicles. Today, you'll see the short and medium-term implications of this shift in transportation thinking. We begin. I opened the video with the well-known phrase that data is the new oil. Well, as you probably already know, autonomous cars require huge amounts of data to be collected. Who is involved in this task? Well, the automotive and technology companies, through their company Waymo, which wants to take the lead in developing this vehicle. Have you ever wondered why Google CAPTCHAs are always related to roads and obstacles? Information necessary for the development of the autonomous car. In the last few months, we have also seen, amidst enormous media coverage, how the billionaire and autonomous car developer, Elon Musk, took control of Twitter. His arrival was accompanied by a series of fast-paced changes, and you can be sure that two will be the most significant. The attempt to monetize Twitter once and for all, and the massive data collection for Tesla's autonomous car. You've already seen 2 projects and 2 models to drive this new mobility system, but what more changes will our eyes see? 5G and quantum computing. Quantum computing is developing at breakneck speed. In the next years, IT will brutally change the conception of everything. Cities money. Cities will become smart cities, where information will be shared. For many, this is bringing to our world the big brother. Technological dystopia. There is also talk in organizations such as the World Economic Forum of 15-minute cities, where all services are to be concentrated in a small space. In England, Oxford seems to be one of the first places in the world to take steps toward this model. And it is possible that the restrictions on mobility in 2020, when in Spain, for example, people were not allowed to leave the municipality or the autonomous community, were a hint of what was to come. For these smart cities, the implementation of 5G is necessary. For the autonomous car, which needs to process copious amounts of data, this technology is also necessary. The end of vehicle ownership. Change is happening incrementally. Right now, we are seeing a crackdown on the owners of older, more polluting vehicles. What is the goal? The goal is to get them to move to public transport. They know perfectly well that many people will not be able to change vehicles in the middle of the current economic situation, and that the only possible result of their measures is a decrease in the number of cars. Fewer cars and concentrated in the hands of the wealthiest. In the near future, a car will be a luxury and status good. In the meantime, brands are preparing for this new environment. They are moving away from combustion cars, focusing on electric and autonomous vehicles, and paving the way for the subscription model. The slogan, "You'll have nothing and you'll be happy," has become very popular in recent times. Well, adapted to the automotive field, IT seems that the future of mobility will be associated with subscription. The future of mobility, adapted to the automobile sector, looks set to be associated with subscriptions. This will reduce unnecessary trips that consume excessive amounts of fuel and, at the same time, keep the population under better control. The future may be autonomous cars that drive without a driver from one corner of our cities to another, and that are taken by individuals who are able to do so based on how many carbon credits they have left in their wallet at that moment. More social change. The autonomous car will put an end to truck drivers and cab drivers. The drone will put delivery drivers out of business. We are still in the early chapters of this series, but there is no doubt that this will be the outcome. The truckers have always had the strength to put governments on the ropes with their protests. With them removed from the equation and replaced by automatons, it is clear that power will become even more concentrated. Mercedes-Benz. I have told you before about Google, Waymo, and Elon Musk, as they are the most closely related to the technology industry, but when it comes to the autonomous car, it seems that Mercedes-Benz has recently taken the lead, presenting the first Level 3 car according to the SAE mobility standard. What is Level 3? You have it in this table, the lowest level of automatic driving, which allows automating some of the driving tasks, although it still requires the presence of a chauffeur. We are already closer to Levels 4 and 5, with their full autonomous driving. I am going to read you a paragraph taken from an article on hybrids and electric vehicles. Level 3 is the first of the levels standardized by SAE that allows you to let go of the steering wheel and not pay attention to driving, although the vehicle can request the driver's intervention at any time. This has very important consequences. When the system is activated, it is legal for the driver to talk on the phone, answer emails, or watch some content on YouTube or Netflix. Should an incident occur while the system is activated, Mercedes is legally responsible. The first models to feature this system will be the Mercedes EQS and the S-Class, which, as you can imagine, even in their most economical models, are far from the common pocket. While the Level 3 autonomous car is starting to rear its ugly head, Mercedes is already experimenting with Level 4 autonomy in Germany. Mercedes is working together with the company Bosch on this higher level of autonomy, also for its EQS and S models. In this case, the Federal Motor Transport Authority of Germany has authorized its use only inside parking lots on an experimental basis.